What up, everybody? My name is Antoine Harris, and who we have today is the awesome and amazing Kenyatta Watkins. How you doing, Kenyatta?
Hey, I'm well.
Good, 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 good. So, you and I have kind of been talking for the past 2 weeks about just kicking this off, creating a stage for ourselves to be able to have an impact and add value to the lives of youth. Okay,
hmm
so we're gonna just kick it off with topic number one. We're going to just throw it out there, social media. So when you hear social media, what comes to mind to you?
well, from when I'm taking it from my perspective, I think about networking, right?
Okay.
When I think about social media, I think about different ways to network, meet people, and to maintain relationships from the people who are currently in my lives, like family, friends, people that I met in college, whatever, catching up with people who I haven't seen in a while, like high school friends. So a network. That's what I think about. hmm
So I totally agree with you. I'm in the same space with networking, staying in touch with individuals, making connections with individuals, building lasting and meaningful relationships. It's definitely for business. I do want to ask you, has that changed over time?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So,
Because
mhm.
um I when I first got on like social media, like it was a MySpace era.
Yeah.
Right. So it was just like it was just like I guess something to um publicize myself, I'd say, in the way, pictures, what I'm up to, just to stay connected. It was still a way to stay connected with other people. But now I think I've shifted towards more of a business, like networking type of thing, like meeting new people. Whereas back when I first started, it was about staying in touch with the people who I already knew.
Yeah.
Now I'm like utilizing it beyond that, beyond the people that I know. So.
Yeah, I grew up in that era as well. So
Mhm.
with social media for me back in the early 2000s, it was a little crazy. So, you had the MySpace, you had the updates that MySpace had. Dude, have you heard of Black Planet?
Yes, but I never was on Black Planet. But that was kind of the same era, like the Black Planet
That's the
era,
same.
MySpace. I think Black Planet was kind of before people started really getting into MySpace.
Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Black Planet was
Mhm.
around for before that. And
Mhm.
I think that's a good place to kind of talk because we have different social media outlets out right now. But when you
Yeah.
think about Black Planet and where it originated, why isn't it around anymore? Like, the MySpace, we thought MySpace was going to be here forever, right? And there's these phases of different social media outlets and the Black Planet era. Like, what happened to it?
What was what was the purpose of Black Planet? Was it like a dating? Because I thought
I
it was like
think it
a
was,
dating app.
yeah, I think it was dating and hookup situation,
Yeah.
dating and hookup situation. But
Mhm.
I feel like people will make
MySpace is
up.
still around.
It's still around.
It is, but they use it as a music platform now.
Isn't that how it started?
I maybe and then it became, like, but now it's like strictly music. Like I could still go on there and access like the photos, all of my photos and stuff. I could still see my top eight and everything.
The top eight. Listen, how much drama came with the top eight,
That's
bro?
like I'm not on your top eight, especially if you dating somebody, yo, you better be. Okay.
Right, you better be in the top. And then let's go to the drama side of it because like right now we see in the social media area that there is a ton of drama going on in middle schools, high schools, probably as low as elementary. If they figure out a way to create an account, and we as teenagers kind of dealt with it as well, but I don't know. I feel like we were able to handle it better. Is that fair to say, or is it? Um, I don't know. What's the difference between how we were able to handle things? I mean, I'm not sure if we ever did, and then now, like what's been the
Yeah.
main difference in your opinion in you know life?
Yeah. Now I think the major difference is just like the publicity and the popularity of social media now. Like it was just starting back when we got into Black Planet and MySpace and different things. Like it was just starting.
Right.
And then they had so many different rules and different structures around different stuff. Like Facebook, when it originated, it was only for college students, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
And now anybody can get on there. Like I feel like like my mom and her age group is like taking over Facebook. You know,
Right.
like in like the teens, you know, in middle school students and high school students, it seems like more of it's more like a popularity game for them too.
Right.
Like here, this is me, this is what I'm wearing, you know, like let me show you what I have, my new stuff here, my friends and stuff like that. And it's kind of, because it's so popular, it's caused more drama in the lives of teens and preteens, you know, because people get to see so much part of your lives now. And then they're taking that stuff and they're bringing it into school.
Right.
Or they're taking school stuff and taking it onto social media. So like when we were done, you know, like back when we were in school and high school and middle school, when we left school, our problems stayed there.
Yeah, that's a good
Go
point.
back to school the next day and we would have to deal with this bully or this person. But now you get on social media, that bully or the person who you're beefing with is still there.
Right.
You know, now they're talking about you on social media and bashing you on social media. So now it's an even more, it's growing, the problem is growing bigger and faster because of this access to social media.
Yeah, and I think that's a great point with access. I was going to say that it's like you have access to that person 24/7.
Yeah.
And like you said, it didn't used to be like that. And I think that is like one of the struggles with right now is just having that 24-hour access. I recently had a conversation with my dad, and he was just talking about how the access was just so different in his day growing up that if they can believe it, the TV networks stopped at midnight. They played the national anthem at midnight, and then it was static until 6 a.m.
Wow.
So like not having that access, and you know, when you're dealing with that, right? When you already have a few channels, we're outside more. We're in the sun, we're playing. And I think we've gotten away from that because our phones and social media really individualize us. We're stuck looking at a screen, and I think that can be sometimes an act of selfishness, right? Not being able to, not exploring your family, not exploring the world around you, not really having a conversation with an individual instead of being behind the screen. You know, we see a lot of that. We see a lot of fake accounts. We see a lot of trolling and sorts that are happening. And I think that affects communication. Like I'm big on just communication and effective communication, and just really just trying to have students to have a point to unplug at some time.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I'm saying? Just unplug, get away from it for a little bit to just explore more of the world around you instead of, you know, seeing it through the eyes of the phone, the screen on your phone. And another thing, you know, with that, like if you want to touch base on that, like what are your thoughts on that? It just individualizes us as not just high school, you know, middle school, high schoolers, but us all over, you know, just behind that screen.
Oh yeah, for sure. And as you were talking, like I'm thinking, like you mentioned outside, I'm sitting outside right now. How many kids do you hear? None. Like when I was young, it'd probably be kids playing all around here, making
right.
I would never be able to just sit outside like this.
Right.
And expect peace and quiet when there's kids who live next door. I have a whole child in the house, you know. But
right.
In his game. But yeah, like definitely I think it's like social media, cell phones and stuff, like it started to separate us, like you said. So it's made us be more of individuals. And I think it's important to us now, like what you mentioned, to unplug, because we get lost in it. I think we need to perform for people, and that's the big issue with it. And with the middle school age and high school students, is because you go on there to perform for people. You're trying to maintain an image versus you being yourself. And I was actually watching a documentary a little while back about a teenager who was a very popular gang member in Chicago, and they were talking about the effects that social media had on her and her death, and just her involvement in gangs. Because like we just mentioned, you never turn it off because the access to social media is 24/7. So whereas I was able to leave the drama before, now I'm always interacting with it. We have cyberbullying, we have gang members who are doing it cyberly and stuff like that. So the kids and the students they're stuck in the drama.
Right.
And of course, like you said, the individuality about it, because it's keeping me separated from people and isolated. So I believe in some cases it can even be easier for people to feel like more trauma from it, because you're just separated in your phone, you're reading stuff, and you're trying to figure out what's going on, and you're just doing this all day.
Yeah.
So you're not communicating. Your communication skills are gone.
Right.
Because you're learning how to text, and we're short texting a lot of stuff, TTYL and
yes.
So it's like we're not really learning how to use proper communication skills, and we're in our phones and stuff all of the time.
That's a great point. And another thing that I see on that side of it is we and there's no knock against it, right? The filters, a lot of things that we see on social media is not real. And I really, students that are listening, like a lot of it is not real. You don't know how many times that person or group of people posed for that photo, retook it,
exactly.
May have a filter involved in it, whatever the case may be, because a lot of it, you have to do your research when you start to really lock in and buy into things. I really want to emphasize that. Just researching on different things. Just because you see it, you like it, hitting the double tap, that's fine. But you can't take everybody at their word, because a lot of people is on here not telling the truth, not being honest. And I think, kids, you have to look at that. Look at the source, everything that is coming with it. Are you doing your part in kind of vetting those individuals, vetting what they're saying, to be able to get back to, just understanding? Because a lot of it is fake. It could be whatever. I mean, you can almost do anything with manipulating photos, manipulating video, just really. Because a lot of times, you said what?
Manipulating your emotions.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because it's so easy to idolize people.
Yes.
Especially now, with social media. And I can be super sad, sitting in my house, crying, bawling my eyes out, and I could post, I'm having such a beautiful day, and you'll never know.
Right.
That I'm at home crying because I just posted a smiley face and saying I'm having a beautiful day, and now everybody's going along with that. And like when you think about, I'm thinking about the students, that are watching this and maybe hearing this, like, and you mentioned like being able to filter stuff. Like, it's not good to idolize anyone on social media, like to idolize any celebrities or anything like that, because you're literally getting what these people want you to know. What
absolutely.
They want you to see. You're not seeing the real. We're not getting the real. Even if people are claiming this is the real, you do not know unless you're sitting right with that person. I literally have seen my friends post stuff, and I'm like, I know.
Gave them the look.
I know for a fact that's a lie. I know for a fact that's not the truth. So I'm like, I know the people who are close to me can do it. I can imagine what these celebrities are doing to try to maintain their image. Like that's called what do they call it when they have the publicists? The publicists, they have to keep their images a certain way.
Absolutely.
Nobody's life is perfect and all smiles and stuff like that.
And just to add to that, students that's watching, like, understand that you are enough just the way you are. I just want to say that, like, you are enough. And I think that's important that you hear that from us. And
Yes.
you know, we didn't really talk about our backgrounds, but we both we're teen parents, and like right now, living our lives as very successful individuals, entrepreneurs, businessmen, and women. And you can too. This
Yes.
is not the end. High school, middle school life, high school life, that's not the end. It's merely the beginning, right?
Yes.
Because you have your whole life ahead of you. And like just it's very important that you at some point just unplug, get away, uh be around the people who love and care about you the most, and they're not going to judge you. It's very important that you get back to the basics, get back to the fundamentals of living and enjoying life. Take
Yes.
time and just enjoy, breathe in, breathe out, enjoy life a little bit, because it's very important. You can get stuck into this realm of doing this. I and just to be vulnerable right now, like TikTok, TikTok's funny to me. There's some things on there, hilarious. There, uh, you know, jokes that happen. There are some very interesting takes that people have, perspectives, and you know, I know TikTok is a very popular app amongst you all, and Snapchat is very popular as well. And understanding that for my gamers, Discord is very popular as well for my gamers out there. But just understanding that, you know, it's okay to unplug from time to time, and you know, reconnect with your families, reconnect with the world around you and
Yeah.
everything that it has to offer.
And you guys will appreciate this type of these tips the older you get. Like right now it's probably like whatever, I'm okay. But like I literally you don't realize how much you're taking in until you take a step back, you know? Um
Yes,
like
yes.
I maybe go on a social media fast. That you know what I mean by fast is just taking a break. I think I do it at least 4 times a year. So like once a quarter. I will just take a time, take a week, and I will get off of all of my social media platforms. And then I just notice like in that time I can see the people who either keep up with me or the people who I personally choose to keep up with. Though
Mm-hmm.
that's how you understand and know what's really important in your life, because we get so caught up in the social media trying to keep up with stuff, trying to keep up with other people and keep up with ourselves and maintaining an image that we forget what's really important in our life.
Yes,
Like spending
yes.
time with our family, hanging out with our friends and stuff like that. And when you take a break, you get back into that.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a great
so
point.
it's important to just
I think I'm gonna adopt that. Thank you
mm-hmm,
for sharing that. I think I'm gonna adopt once a quarter. Once a
mm-hmm,
quarter.
take a break. Yeah.
Yeah, just depending, you know, whether just not again making it intentional, because being an entrepreneur and a businessman, that week could set me up for something greater, and I got to
Mhm.
look at it that way, because
Some-
I I get to that point too. It's like, man, like, am I missing? What am I missing? And then
That's
it's
when I
like,
say
wait,
sometimes we think we have to because we're afraid of missing something.
yeah, and
So
it's
you
just
think
like, all
you
right, what's
have
the
to
next
be
business
on it.
thing? What, how did I miss something on, like, how to monetize
Mm-hmm.
uh social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, how to monetize, like, what am I missing out? But just understanding that it's still gonna be there
Just
after
gonna,
that week.
my
Once it's out
God,
there, it's out there.
I don't know about y'all, but my God, He is not going to make me miss anything that's for me. And I'm a
Right,
firm believer of that. If it's meant for me, it's going to come to me. You know, He will literally put it on hold until
right.
I'm ready for it. You know, and I believe that for all of you as well. Like don't be afraid to be the person who says, you know what, I don't even have Facebook. You know, I decided I don't want to have it. You know, like it protects you. You know, it's okay. Or if you have to have it, you know, limiting the use of it. Even the use of your cell phones. Like
Yes.
I put my phone on do not disturb at 10 p.m. up until 8 a.m. the next morning. So between 10 and 8, my phone is on do not disturb unless, you know, like obviously I have like emergency calls. So like I
Right.
have certain people that can get through to me if they need to, you
Hmm.
know, but other than that, it's it's dead. No notifications. I don't want to hear no alerts or nothing, because if I'm hearing the alerts, then I want to know what's going on. But if it's something important, somebody's gonna call me. So you could call me, but I'm not seeing any text messages. I'm not on social media or anything like that from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. Monday through Sunday.
Yeah,
Every
I
day of the
love that. I love that. I have that as well. Mine goes on a little bit earlier because I kind of wake up a little bit earlier. But I want you guys to think about this, right? Um, what if I told you that these phones were designed to keep you on the phone and keep you isolated?
Mm.
Like, just think about that for a second. What if I told you that that's what they were designed to do? Would you look at it differently? Would you change uh, how you use it? If I said that it was designed to control how you feel, control your life, like take a couple seconds, think about that, and would you change it? Would you change? Like, I'm not saying that it is, but what if I told you that it did? You know, really just kind of take a deep dive and like, man, am I allowing this to control me, or
Mm-hmm.
do I have the control of it? And I just
Yeah.
want you guys to kind of take away from that, and that as you move forward uh, in your day and your life, seeing who has the control. Is it you or is it this device right here? Because
Exactly.
every time, just understand these apps, for them to stay in business, they have to have users. They have to have users, and sometimes we could, when that if we have it turned up and that light goes on, we looking like, man, what's that? What's that? What's that? All right, who's texting me? Who liked this? Who liked that? And just take that question and ask yourself and try to see what you come up with, and I think you'll be surprised. So
Yeah.
yeah, this social media, our phones, uh, they uh, they can be a gift and a curse. Technology has been said it's been a gift and a curse, and I mean, obviously there are some great things that come out of social media. There's some great stories, feel good stories that happen, acts of kindness, a lot of that. However, there is also that flip side. So we just want to bring awareness to you all and how we can just be better at managing it to help manage ourselves to be more conscious individuals, more open-minded individuals, and more understanding individuals, which will
Mhm.
lead to being empathetic. So yeah. Anything else you want to add, Kieta?
No, I think that was a perfect way to wrap it up. That just don't let it control you. You
All
be the
right.
person in control.
All right, guys. Well, until next time, we will get at you all, and yeah, see you guys soon. Thank you guys for watching.